The Johannesburg High Court will this morning deliver judgment in the urgent application brought by 3 members of the ANC Free State PEC against the ANC. Our reporter Hitekani Magwedze is at the Johannesburg High Court and he joins us now live. Hitekani, before we go into the judgment itself, briefly give us the background to this story.
Well, good morning, Desiree, and good morning to our viewers as well. As you rightly said, the members of the PEC in the Free State, the ANC PEC in the Free State have, of course, brought the mother body to court on an urgent matter, on an urgent application. Of course, what they want is for the December list conference that happened, of course, in December, to be nullified, saying it was unconstitutional and unlawful, saying that the names that were eventually derived or drawn from that conference weren't the ones that were elected by the branches. In fact, one of the applicants spoke to us yesterday saying that he had about 30 branches selecting him or electing him for the list, but he did not make it. In fact, that the threshold for that for you to make it on the list is about 10 branches need to elect you for you to be part of that list. And now he's saying that he's one of the many people who are complaining about the conference allegedly being unconstitutional. The different councils of the two parties, the mother body of the ANC and the Free State PEC members, argued yesterday, the council for the mother body of the ANC arguing that the disgruntled parties had about 4 months to bring this to the court. You would know that because it's an urgent matter, they have to argue on the urgency thereof, and the council arguing that this is in fact orchestrated to look as if it is urgent, when the council of the disgruntled members had 4 months to bring this to a court so that it can be ventilated. But the disgruntled members, or rather the council representing the disgruntled members, arguing that they were looking for counsel. They did not orchestrate this, saying that they started by ventilating this within the internal structures of the ANC, and that's part of why it took so long. So those arguments being made within the ANC. But we did also speak to the spokesperson for the ANC, Magwedze, yesterday, saying that these cases, you would know that there's the multiple cases that are brought by members of the ANC in different provinces, including Limpopo, are delaying or they are derailing the campaigns that the ANC is doing pre-elections. It's just a couple of days before the elections, and you would know that it would be obvious rather that this is in fact taking away from the focus that the ANC and the National Executive Committee is supposed to be focusing on, but also it makes the ANC look like it is fighting within itself on a public platform, and that would, discourage voters, some voters, from putting their mark for the ANC if members within the body, within the ANC, are in fact fighting within themselves, not showing any unity at all.
Again, on that argument about urgency, another spokesperson of the African National Congress, Pulemabi, came onto our platform saying all of these processes have been overtaken by events. The fact that their president, who's also the state president, had already declared that we're going ahead with an election, not much could be done now. What do we expect the courts to do?
Well, the courts really are supposed to detail or just look at the arguments on urgency. on whether this in fact cannot wait until after the elections, because the disgruntled members and the council thereof are arguing that it cannot wait until after the elections. They want this to be granted as urgent, and then for the court to judge on whether the December elections was in fact, or December conference was in fact unlawful, saying that if the court grants that, they want a list conference to happen on the 6th of May before the elections, so that a new list from the Free State can be put together and submitted to the IEC. On whether the IEC will in fact receive a list, because we do know the IEC has said that the lists that they have are final and cannot be changed, and on whether or not that list can in fact be tampered or changed on the results of a court case like this remains to be seen. We don't know if that can have an effect on the final list that is with the IEC. We do know, of course, that in Mpumalanga there was a similar case like this one, where the Provincial Executive Committee or members thereof took the ANC to court wanting to change the candidate list. That case was dismissed, and of course that attempt failed. But we will see on whether this will have any effect. We will, of course, keep our audiences updated on Twitter, on SABC News, hashtag SABC News. But for now, though, we will be going inside to hear the verdict. What is left of this case right now, as of yesterday, is just the verdict of the judge.
Hitekani Magwedze, thank you so much for that update. He is covering the Free State ANC Provincial Executive Council's challenge of decisions taken by the ANC in their province. We will await to see what the outcome of that challenge is, especially fresh on the heels of that dismissal in Mpumalanga.